Alrighty, let's do it. It's Immaterial Gamers. It's the not yet titled Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday stream. I'm Ryan, and I promised we were going to come back to Esoteric, and I meant it. All I said I needed to do was set up a catch-up video to explain what had happened in the past 4 sessions, which is about 8 hours. So the best way to do it is, well, visually see what happened in around 59 to 60 seconds. So let's do that. You feel sufficiently caught up yet? Well, I'd hope so, because we're going into it. Yeah, so when we last left it, we'd befriended a crocodile. Alligatory sort of dude. It's a Kraid, Rage of Ascan, and I have forgotten the voices that I have done since, so you're just going to have to hope that I've sort of realised. So, yeah, so if we have a look at our journal and quests that we're looking to do, we're trying to chase after, remember right, we're trying to chase after Frank. Which I believe was, no, well, not that one. Nope, not 300 pieces, though we should try and sort that out. Oh yeah, we still need to fix our book as well at some point. Class conflict, there, Coin Lords meet. Yeah, we were not meant to meet him until, like, midnight. So we had some other stuff that we need to do. We need to still locate the Birdman. We've done Dragon Tolstad, so we did that bit. Star Witness. Ah yes, Frank, son of Frank. We're seen on Pillar Road. Locate him. But Kraid said, oh yes, an encounter with a human in yellow. It was looking for a secret door to further below. So, with that, we should probably go and have a walk then, right? Got anything else to engage with Kraid? Have we? Why? I don't remember anymore. Let's go and have a look. And Hulking beast looks at you with a deep hunger. Run. Raid greets human. Oh yeah, I remember now. We did all the stuff. We lost some health because we tried to eat Bingy sewer meat. Right, so we got this big circle. There's also something here. Hey look, a piece of... Let me just save. Piece of gelatinous cube. Seems friendly enough. Sloshy stress cube. +1 intelligence. That's an esoteric pocket. Avoid it. Oh yeah. Yeah, because the stool is on the wall. But is there any other way round? I don't think there is. How do you run now on this? Oh, just double click. That's right. That's right. Is there like anywhere else we could go here? Oh wait, hold on. We came in this way, didn't we? Then look. Well, that looks like a trapdoor. A massive statue of a Minotaur. Because, you know. Oh no. The door closes behind you. Your companion lets out an audible gulp. Zulsheni patio sani solistvis. Okay, Snell, why did you let me go into this obviously terrifying chamber? It's... His face grows red from anger. Or the lighting. You're the cleric here? Words change tone and intensify, mimicking your own way of speech. Two have stepped into the 5th chamber of trials. This will be your final and most mounting challenge yet, O champions of the host. If outside again you wish to see, answer me these questions 3, the answer of which I shall judge fairly upon thine soul. Who will take the first step? Damn it, why'd you have to pick the scary red light cow room? You must take the first step to answer 3 questions to finish the 5th trial. What a conundruming riddle. Well, you know what? You know, let's well, we're not going to go with number 3. I don't know if that one works there. Ask me your questions, Guardian. I am not afraid. Let's say I take the first step. The light lands upon you. First question. Get ready. Whatever is thrown your way, you will know the answer. What is your name? Whoa, deja vu. Not this again. No, not him again. This is the... Come on. Been using that nickname for years. It's not him again. My name is... Huh? My name is what? The light intensifies. Say it, Ragan. What if that's not the answer? Love that, so it's Ragan. Or, wouldn't it be funny if I said something completely unexpected here and it turned out to be the correct answer? I mean, it was that Ragan was... Oh no, it wasn't a success, was it? Ragan. The light blinds you for a moment and you feel the chamber shake. What is your quest? Fuck's sake. To solve the mystery of the tea shop that blew up. Again, the eyes of the cow glare into a fiery beam. What is your greatest fear? To be abandoned. For a third time you feel that rumble, along with the hot gaze of the Minotaur. Minotaur, a common term for bovine folk, a rare folk upon the coast, mostly found in Sea and inland Vorgeni. Inland, a term for the travel towards the endless waste, away from the coast. Alright, thanks. Thank you, intelligence. It then turns to your companion. The chosen will be you. Snell, in response, gives off a shocked scoff. That's easy. Yeah, this was pretty stupid. All that build up for nothing. At least the cows know how to put on a show. The goblin stands up straight, facing the light. Go ahead, Guardian. Ask your questions. What is your name? My name is Snell. He enunciates perfectly. The eyes of the statue grow stronger once more. What is your quest? You catch him glancing to the side for a second. My quest is... focus. He waves a claw at you. Yeah. That means shut up. My quest is to serve Lady Sageleaf. Again, it rumbles and you get to the crescendo of that final third question. Nothing bad yet. Very nice. Snell looks confident. What is the scholarly definition of numinism? His face drops. What is the scholarly definition of numinism? That depends. Arcane era scholarly definition or divine era scholarly definition? Oh, for fuck's sake. If you had gotten this question, you probably would have short-circuited that magic mouth. Doesn't matter. I can't give the answer to Snell. It is quite terrible. Now, I will attempt to show Snell what numinism means. The goblin has his eyes fixed on you as you hold up your hands. Alright, so our options are pretend to act like a tyrannical magic man with a big stick, then pretend to use magic to mind control your followers, then pretend to show how those followers slowly overcome you as way better arcanists come into power through a fair system of meritocracy during the Arcane era. Or pretend to pray, then pretend to be a big strong earth, then pretend to show how people congregate into cultural units underneath God Kings during the Divine era. Go with one. His eyes are full of panic as you spend precious seconds waving your hands around. Just to be clear, your miming here is on point. Unfortunately... He opens his mouth to speak, still staring at you, dumbfounded. What the fuck are you doing? Oh... Beneath you, a sea of spikes. Oh! Oh no, no. Microseconds, that's what you've got. But somehow you do manage to stretch out, sprawl out, with your hands landing on rough stone, and your feet, well, let's just say, you're in a bit of a shitty position right now. Snell, what you doing, mate? Do not move. You want me to stay like this? Just a bit longer. The goblin attempts to take a step down your lower back. Your feet slip an inch. Whoa. Shit. Your entire body is quaking. You cannot hold this for long. Okay, new plan. Cast Spider Climb. I don't know if I've got Spider Climb. I don't think I do. Spider Climb, second level transmutation spell, allows the target to move across vertical surfaces with ease and speed by turning their limbs sticky and powerful. Yeah, I do not. Well, I mean, I don't have any. Nope. I don't have Spider Climb prepared. You don't have Spider Climb prepared? Why would I have Spider Climb prepared? I don't know. Why would you? I actually can't think of a single useful situation for it. You did used to have Spider Climb in your spellbook before the river took your collection. Oh well, fuck me, I guess. Alas, you will have to do this the brutish way. Well, these are both bad options, but one is, you know, You're going to die here. And we can just look down, or we can attempt a constitution. Well, it's a constitution saving throw at this point. 1d20 minus 2. But it's only an 8. So I only need to roll a 10 or higher, which is a 50-50 shot. Or strength, which is, well, DC 18 with disadvantage because Snell is on your damn back. You know what, let's go for the constitution roll. Oh, fuck. Snell, climb off carefully. Right. Okay. Careful. He shifts his weight to one side. Your left foot slips. Careful. I'm trying. He takes another step. Your right hand loses grip. For one terrible moment, you feel yourself falling. Try to climb off. I got this. You don't. Oh! The goblin lunges for the edge as your body drops. Iron. Cold iron. Everywhere. You hit the spikes at an angle, your armor taking most of the impact. But not all. Cleric! Brother, I am pinned here. No. Then feel. Do I have do I not have prayer healing? Cast prayer healing? Yeah, you know what? Something pulling. I got you. Many agonizing seconds later, the goblin manages to fish you out with a combination of his sling, parts of his shirt, and creative profanity. The voice starts up again as you do. You have braved the pit of wrong answers. Breathe and stand. Wobbly, but firm. You stand. Step forth and claim your prize, the plundered eye. I hate this place so much, your companion mutters to himself. Again, just to reiterate, Snell says, across the gap, this place is somewhat dangerous. It's a bullshit question, mine were way easier. Agreed, not that it's that much of a surprise. Esoteric bullshit talking statues tend to be filled with esoteric bullshit. Who would have thought? The statue is now entirely silent, and you hear an esoteric boom coming from the drawer between its legs. That sound. It unlocked. It was the exact noise an arcane seal makes during breaking. Well done. The Minotaur's riddles are properly conquered. They were not riddles. How morose. Awesome! Let's see what kind of bling that cow's hiding. Alright, let's check it out. Inside, we must behold between the legs of the beast an incense bowl. Okay. And Jacksymph. Got an eye. Got an eye. Everything's fine. Let's go. So what else is going on in here then? Wasn't there a place with an eye that we could put something in right at the beginning of the... Wasn't there? We should probably consider doing a short rest. It's an hour to recover. It's, you know, it's in the middle of the night. Yeah, go on. Let's do a short rest. 5 on the hit die. Should restore 1 second level spell slot. Okay, so we've got prayer healing back. That's something. And then we've re-unlocked all the ability checks. Yeah. Oh, we're leaving. Alright. So it was... So down here... I can do this, can't I? Yeah, so there was a thing with an eye somewhere. Over here? Grand engraving of the Divine Era. Check out that empty eye. The stony lion's head glares at you with that one sunken dark eye. I want to be a bit careful about it, but you could probably put that jacinth. Carefully, you guide the jacinth into the perfectly sized eye hole. Once close enough, like a magnet, it gets sucked in. You then hear a strange noise in the walls. Oh! Oh, gods! The goblin gasps for air, unable to speak. Okay, let's look to our left. Oh. You just almost just died. Begin to shake due to a slightly delayed adrenaline kick. You would have died had the final blade not been blocked off by those vines. And Snell would have died if he had just stood a little bit further back or to the left. Back and to the left. Fuck! The goblin is actually shaking. Gods have mercy. We were so close to just, like, dying. Look at these things. You'd be cut in half. Are you aware of that, cleric? Yeah, maybe. We'll see in a bit. I've heard a delayed response is normal in these situations. Heard about a guy that got an arrow through his skull once, like straight through. This fucking guy, he just kept walking about like nothing had happened, like he was just... With a brash crack, the front of the shrine pops out in place. The goblin jumps. A deep rumbling voice echoes through the chamber as a lion's skull begins floating out of the shrine along with a ghostly halberd. El Vigilante Rojo de Quirin Blanca Castira tu. Then the skull falls to the ground. Stare at it as it rolls to the side. Huh. I'm not sure. It glances around, scanning for threats. Some kind of ghost? Ghost failure? I don't think they planned it to go that way. For once, I agree with you. The skull is on the ground just before you, and that halberd is just floating there. All ghost-like. Loot them, come on. I guess I'll check them out. Okay, cool. Anyway, not yet titled Monday Stream save file. There we go. Well, might as well look at the axe first, right? A ghostly halberd. Spectral halberd contains 1 intelligence and 1 wisdom. Let's actually look at what have we got as our thingy at the moment. It's 1 dex. Because if we equipped the halberd, we would... Oh, a weapon won't go there. Oh, it's this one, isn't it? 1 strength, plus 1 strength, minus 1 wisdom. If we put this, and we get plus 1 intelligence, plus 1 wisdom, which means... Then we get a minus 1 on those checks. However, we'd have a minus 4 penalty to wisdom, And then we'd actually get a +4 check to intelligence. Go on. Why not? And then a lion's skull. You kneel down to look at the cat-like skull on the ground. Hello. No response. What's your thought on this, Snell? My head's as empty as that skull, cleric. Can we go? Okay, I'll leave you to it. Patting the top of the skull as we go. Right, so that... It's done something there, but... Then what? Can we go back to this? Can we re-engage the... Oh yeah, we can do our preparing here, can't we? Not that we've got any... Well, obviously, prayer of healing there. Cure wounds, chomp, you know, just prepare them all again like that. So we're still stuck down here. And there's an esoteric bubble that we were not allowed to touch. Then left us with great over here. Then yeah, in terms of this bit, we had the esoteric bubble, the esoteric pocket to avoid. What information have you got? Is you approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Remember where we go. What are we doing again? Apart from disturbing the peace? What do you want to know? Nah, that's fine. We don't. That's what I like to hear. Emotions for the two of you to get going. Take the hint. Alright, fine. Oh, it's 9 o'clock, so we've got another hit point back. Rested XP. Oh, this way. Here we go. The door. Mysterious door. Before you stands an iron door. At its centre, a 5-pointed star has been etched deep into the metal. The door is sealed with powerful magic. That's some fancy door. The star symbol? It's connected to something. This is wizard work. Arcane and deliberate. Let's examine the star symbol then. You lean closer to inspect the etched star. 4 points. Perfectly symmetrical. The work of a master craftsman. Or a wizard. Probably both. Any ideas, Snell? About your fancy mystery dungeon door? He crosses his arms and stares at it. Not really my area of expertise, cleric. But I bet you'd need some kind of password. Or a spell. Or, you know. He mimes breaking something with his fists. Subtle. Very subtle. Yeah? Good work. Let's touch the door then. Your gloved hand meets cold iron. A ripple of translucent energy pushes across the surface. It's locked. Magically. Arcane lock, just like at the tea shop. Right, so smash it. Or perhaps think for a bit. Obviously, there should be a way to get inside. Huh. Oh, right, so it would be a 22. However, the esoteric lockpick is throbbing. Somehow it might help. Reese? Why would it? No, don't need to use grease. Right, maybe later. Let's go back to our inventory for a minute. So that wasn't the thingy, was it? What was it? The esoteric lockpick. It's this, isn't it? Oh yeah, +2 dexterity makes easy work of any lockpicking job. However, maybe we should increase our strength a little bit to... So, halberd, go back there. Any more? More strength items? Not really? No, I don't think I have, do I? Then we're gonna try it. We're going to try and break the door down with the lockpick. Here we go. Let's try it. So it's 12. 12 or higher. It's 10, mine. Get ready. You throw yourself against the iron. Your muscles strain. Your body protests. The door doesn't move, not even a millimeter. Instead, the star symbol flares bright blue. A surge of electricity shoots through the iron. Ow. The shock travels up your arms and through your chest. You stumble backwards, smoke rising from your gloves. That was a mistake. Of course the door has defensive enchantments. Of course it does. Shit, that even hit me a bit. But good try, I guess. You know what? I've got a bunch of things. I've got a bunch of shards. Better. You channel every ounce of strength into your assault. The iron door groans under the pressure. Your muscles scream in protest. The star symbol, Dickers and Flims. Welcome, new procedural cop show, Dickers and Flims. One more push. A deafening crack. The magical seal shatters. Blue fragments of energy scatter like glass. The door swings forward, inward, defeated. You did it! Through sheer brute force. Holy shit. You actually broke a wizard seal with your bare hands. Inside, you see a faint light emanating from within. Or perhaps a trap. Probably a trap. One locked door usually isn't enough for these fucking wizard types. Well, after you, cleric. The goblin gestures towards the open doorway. He's not going first, that's for sure. Beyond lies the unknown. Or what secrets did this wizard hide? Well, time to find out. Sweet. You know what, we only took a damage. That's fine. I mean, to be fair, it was 1d10. We could have died. Huh. Here then. Oh, hold on. A monster manual. But most pages are ruined. Many ruined magical scrolls, only one appears intact. Dancing light. We've memorized dancing light. You can hear the wind outside. An illusion, surely. The light is not real. How strange. What else have we got here? That's a strange box. And an arcane music box. Mine. A stack of cryptic books. Can't trifle them, we can engage with them then. A stack of books sits crooked on the floor, half buried under layers of dust. The blue light from windows appears to land upon the surface and stick. You recognize the binding style. These are late arcane era. One tome is clearly arcane. The cover bears ward marks that make your eyes itch. Doesn't seem like there's any danger here, right now at least. If you want to check out some books, go for it. I'll chill for a while. I mean, +3. Come on, +3. +3. Dirty 20. Let's go. The wards recognize your competence. They part like curtains. Inside, you find a treatise on sensory magic, illusions. This Haggin Shags was studying relationship between perception and reality. Rigorously. Mathematically. Hundreds of pages of experiments. The mixing of illusion and divination. Divination, a 4th level divination spell. It allows the user to exchange 100 coins to answer one single question about the outcome of a certain future event or activity. Okay, let's look over his results. He posits the mind does not receive reality, it constructs it. Each moment, your senses gather fragments: colour, sound, pressure, heat. Then something deeper, something he calls the interpretive layer, assembles those fragments into a coherent world. The question he asks, not quite so directly, what happens when you tamper with that layer? Not showing someone a fake image, not casting darkness over their eyes. Rather, reaching into the mechanism itself through esoteric means, thus adjusting the assembly. Okay, well, this doesn't appear too far-fetched. It does not. This seems to align well with the scholarly basis of your education. However, the next part does not. The last half of this tome, throughout many trials, mostly performed on himself, you gather this man who calls himself a Haggenshags, he shows results pointing towards a measurable conduit within every string, one visible only through this altered layer. The bloom of yore lies upon each caster, he writes, all channeled through the gates, invisible, hidden, even the outer gods are blind. Outer god, the term used to describe the actual gods, those who invaded the coast during the Gate War. They hold no dominion? They hold no dominion on yours realm since the gates closed, but the most common consensus among scholars is all walking gods are simply avatars of these real outer ones. Okay, we continue. How else would the Lich sustain himself? How else do the pockets both increase below and decrease above? Only I can see the truth. Only I can master the relic left by Umbramixus, yeah. All I need is to locate it. That one word. One key to unlock unlock a world of total dominance in the new era. Umbramixus, the all-wise one. The black dragon of old Dimenor, known for holding the largest dragondom at his peak. His capital was the underground of Silverslove, constructed under the central marshland of the Band. His strength was based on esoteric might, and he was known to carry 100 human wizards on his back when he went to war. Okay, cool. What's Silverlove? Silverlove, an ancient ruined city hidden under the marshlands of Central Reeds. It was abandoned towards the end of the Draconic Civil War, and very few have managed to ever gain entrance, and even fewer have managed to have ever returned from delving into its trapped and cursed halls. Cool, what's the Draconic Civil War? Draconic Civil War, the great conflict which raged between dragons during the Divine Era. It directly caused the power vacuum, which was filled by first gods and later arcanists. Okay. All I need is power word ebb. Power word, a series of powerful spells that focus entirely on enforcing a single reality shift upon a target. Originally created by dragons, whose magic was verbal only. The early arcanists learned from their masters and copied many of these words into their own spells. Alright, let's stare at the last page. Madness. The type of madness only born from revealed truth. Let's close that tome carefully. The wards seal themselves behind you, satisfied, perhaps, that you treated their contents with respect. Well, these books are not worth the headache. Right, so we've got a sign here that says not a mimic. Let me save there to make sure, can solve that business. Not a mimic. Not a mimic sign. Mimic, horrifying shape-shifting monster. Capable of copying the looks of any object it discovers, although with some size limitations depending on the type. If you touch it, you'll get stuck and probably eaten. Your companion joins in on the staring as well. It does indeed say, not a mimic. Alright, DC 13. What's the sign here? An interesting question. There are many mysteries in the city below, including the shifting tunnels and strangely intense esoteric pockets. Normally magic like this would be quite rare this close to the coast, but the city below is special. Okay. Sign appears to point towards that, yes. However, this whole area is clearly esoteric in nature, so beware. Yeah, we're going to try and figure out what's off about this whole setup. In fact, I'm going to leave for a second and put on our ghostly halberd again. Give us a +4. Maybe. Actually, it's only 1, isn't it? We have the esoteric pocket watch anyway. Yeah. Getting a 19 is not going to do that because we're not proficient in it, so let's just give this a try. Stare at the sign. Companions Johnson staring. Right, here we go. So we only need a 9 or higher. 18, 22, that'll do. Hold on. Hold on. What? Look at the sign. Yeah, I've been doing that for a while. What about it? Ask yourself one basic question. How is the sign attached to the wall? Obviously, it's the nail. Up there. Yes. Look at it. It's not. That nail is not attached to the wood. Nor does it hang upon anything else apparent. Could it be attached at the back? That would be a strange way to hang a basic sign like this. That's true. More importantly, why would the rope still be erect in this fashion? It's as though someone attempted to create a facsimile of a hanging sign and did not think through all the logical steps involved with why each piece is assembled. So, what about it? It's suspicious. Yeah, that much was obvious from the start. What do I do about it? See those pebbles on the ground? Toss one of them at the sign. A basic test of corporeality. Okay, yeah. You grab a pebble off the floor and lightly toss it towards the sign. Expecting it to bounce right off, it instead just stops. It gets stuck on the surface of the sign. Whoa. Whoa. That's... it's soft? Sorry, that should be... That's... it's soft? The pebble stops as if it hit a wall of soft, sticky honey. Oh, sorry, that should be intelligence, but the pebble stopped as if it hit a wall of soft, sticky honey. Huh? As you watch the pebble just sit there on the sign, you see something. You also see something emerging. An eye staring at you. Hi, Mimic. I knew it. No, he didn't. A minute. A mimic! A real-life mimic! Righto! Hold on. It speaks in a harsh, sharp tone. It speaks. Appears there are eyes upon me. Me who hide in plain sight. Interesting. There have been documentation of mimics bred for greater intelligence. but they are commonly seen as extinct in the current post-war era. What? Why are you hiding like that? Oh, I am Mimic. That is why. The goblin holds up a hand. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Alright then, it's time. Talk this bad boy over to your side. You can do it. I honestly did not expect you to talk. This is kind of throwing me off a little. Do not talk often, no. But you understand? Yes, I understand you. Understand, that is good. In Colony, we speak good. Nice, forward. Using mouth is not as speak good. The thing might be hideous, but it's not outwardly aggressive right now. If you want to reach out to it properly, try to mimic its speech pattern. Pun intended. Can you trust a monster built to trick people to death? So, you are friendly? The creature makes a nodding-like motion. I am. Well then, time to talk. Look, the goblin says, turning away from the monster. I wouldn't trust this thing at the end of a 10-foot pole. However, if you can get some nice info out of it, trust but verify, right? So, the mimic looks around. Mission. Wizard told to guard. Stash. A stash, eh? What room change place? Chamber shift. Time pass. So, guard Meek moves. Feeding. Guarding. From people coming from not dungeon. But Meek can talk. Talk a lot. Ask Meek. Snell is flattered. Right, hold on. -1 DC, so it's a 9 DC. I have a +6 to charisma. I need a what? 3 or higher? Just try and convince it to join. Go on. Oh, a 24. Come on. Right. Well, this might seem pretty simple at this point. But you gotta convince this thing that you'll be its new master. Oh. And you do that by... well... Hey, Mimic. Meek. Yes. When was the last time you saw your master? Master? Yes. Master was... It fidgets on the wall. Master had a... Master say... Meek should... Then... Meek not see Master for long. Long. There we go. You made those gears start turning. Now, hit him with the big one. Your old master is gone, Meek. Oh! But... No buts. He's gone. But it's okay. I will be your new master. Oh! The mimic's eye goes wide, revealing a horrifying mess of shiny pupils. Then it begins to shake. No. That does not. What? Only master can order. Old order, still fresh order. Maybe ask. What exactly was the order? Order? Master talk. Guard Meek, guard stash. Guard Meek only ordered by master. Well, there's a loophole there. Your guard Meek. Guard is title. Title is guard. So if you stop having that title, then you're no longer guard Meek, and thus you don't need to follow the orders. Meek stares at you for a moment. It turns to your companion as well. That sounds logical to me. Yes, that work. But, Meek is guard Meek. Not anymore. By the power granted to me by the city of Norvik, I now officially deputize you, Mr. Meek. What? The mimic jolts around on the wall. Your new title is now Deputy Meek. Congratulations. Want to join the party? A horrid screeching sound is emitted from the monster as it leaps towards you. Shit! The goblin yells and steps back. We will embrace it. Within a moment, you realise that the mimic has left its pose and turned into a cloak. Cloak I am. If danger, I tell. A familiar has joined your party. Keep familiars equipped to gain bonuses and dice checks. Deputy Meek at service. Are you sure that's safe? What's the worst that can happen, Snell? It'll be useful to have a little guy around. Yes. Little guy. Fuck it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's keep the mimic around. Why not? He mutters to himself. I could write a book on famous last words after this whole thing. Let's go! Yeah, so... Oh yeah, level advancement. Should probably do that, shouldn't we? Okay, let's think about what we've got here. So level 3 reached. We get another ability score. We get another 5 hit points, 1 more hit dice, and we get another first, and we get another 2 spell slots. 1 first level, 1 second level. What shall we? Right. So our ability scoring charisma is already, pretty damn good. Our intelligence is already +3. Just put another point in. This isn't a situation where you're supposed to stop the cover weaknesses. You want to be moving, pushing your strengths forward. I think we'll actually give ourselves another dexterity, because then that'll give us a +5 bonus to dex. So yeah, we'll do that. There we go. So how do we equip him? Yeah. Oh wow. Oh my. But wait, what? Oh right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. +6 on there anyway, so that'll be fine, because we've got the esoteric lockpick because we're proficient as well. Yeah, so we'll keep Meek on our thing there. And I will go and have a save, and I will go and take a break. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, and then back for another hour or so. As we now continue on. Means that the chest isn't the mimic, because we knew that. Oh, hello, behind it. Hello. A spell. Some bone dust, and knock. Memorized knock. Knock is a 2nd level spell. Choose an object that you can see within range. The object can be a door, box, chest, set of manacles, padlock, or other object. The target is held shut by a mundane lock, or is struck or barred, becomes unlocked, unstruck, or unbarred. If an object has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked. When you cast a spell, a loud knock, audible from as far away as 300 feet, emanates from the target object. It can't really be used for just opening stuff up, but Okay, fine. It's actually safe. Hey, some crowns, potion of healing, and incense. Sweet. Make dancing light. Hey, got some light. A rat! Get it! Sweet, we now have 2 of the rats. I remember there was a bunch of rats that we needed to get, wasn't there? You know? Just as you want. Rats, 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 rats. I don't know who it was that wanted them all, was it? Was it? Yo! The ant crawls around your hand. You need to head down to the... Oh no, so it's not you. Okay, that's all for now. Right. So, let's zoom out again. What else have we got in the city below here? Uh-oh. Everything suddenly goes very, very tight. Ramp. Your scarf is attempting to speak. It's attempt to speak with Meek. No, it cannot be done. What's going on here? You can neither move nor breathe. Cleric, you okay? You hear your companion's voice faint, as if he was far, far away. This is probably quite terrible. No, that's strength. This is probably quite terrible. Hold on. You're not just playing around. I can't move. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Stop playing around. Stopping like that reminds me of that time that the goblin takes a step closer to you before jolting back. I should have known with all the shit around in the area. Gelatinous cube. All around you. Acidic gel. Cube. Slang for gelatinous cube. Gelatinous cube, a mindless yet dangerous cubic ooze. They are near impossible to spot due to their translucent nature and digest anything within their grasp with a horrendously acidic substance. They are common within dungeons, used both as guards and cleanup. Cube! Ow. It is creeping into every crevice. I think we cure wounds. Keep ourselves alive a little bit there. By earth, that burns! You appear to have been enclosed within the gelatinous cube. You are statistically likely to die here and now. No! Not like this. Not in this terribly embarrassing way. What kind of idiot just walks into a cube? Cleric, you hear the goblin's voice faintly behind you. Listen to me. I don't know why, but the cube ain't aggressive. He tosses in a rope that quickly gets sucked into the gelatinous mass. Push a bit closer to the edge and grab the rope. I'll help pull you out. The rope doesn't get nearly close enough for you to easily take it, but if you can get to it, you might live. I can't. It's impossible. Even with advantage. You struggle around the incredibly hard mass around your limbs. Around everything. Okay? You fight, yet your muscles give out after reaching just a little bit further. Ow! The burning continues, inside and around. Oh, prayer of healing. Cleric! A faint voice calls out to you. That feeling isn't nice. The one where you're sitting, eyes fixed upon the bucket. The sour apples sticking out of it as if like a mountain of bad decisions. That sick and sinking feeling in your stomach. Oh, I've only got one choice, to feel sick. It was not right. But you did it. They told you to. 15. You ate. 15. Is this an esoteric? I think it is. You probably knew it wasn't real, but you did it. And then when you walked up to those kids at the bottom of that pit behind the hills at Central Lower School, with that bucket filled with 15 apple scrub. By the way, the Hills, one of 3 unofficial districts in Norvik, basically the Halfling district, covered the hills, get it? On the western side of the river. They laughed. They chanted. Little shits. Children are the worst. That's when you got that nickname that stuck around you until your dad died and you left the hills behind. They kept saying it. When you got mad, they said it. When you played along, mocking yourself, they said it. Apple Boy. Apple Boy. It's not even a good name. So uninspired. Yet you tried to follow them. To be nice. Play nice. Be a friend. Apple Boy. But eventually, they just started running away. Apple Boy. Each time you would try to get close, they would laugh and snicker and leave. And so, the Apple Boy was all alone until the day he... You dumb asshole! Take the damn rope! The goblin cannot speak to you that way. Show him how a man deals with his problems. He clearly does not enjoy seeing you be dissolved. Oh, sorry, he does not enjoy seeing you be dissolved. Clearly. Oh, that's much better. What are you sleeping? Get back to the grind! It's a DC 4, with minus 10 DC due to no more apples, minus 8 DC due to you push, now do it again. Minus 1 due to meek, and we got advantage. There we go, nat 20! You push and fight against the endless pressure of this translucent force of acid and pain. And then you cling to it. Let's go! The goblin yells and pulls with all his might. Your muscles urge to stop, but the lack of pain on each limb as it escapes the cube's surface causes you to continue. And finally, you pant and wheeze and cough up pieces of still sizzling cube ooze onto the dungeon floor. The pain fades. Part of that is your brain not processing the incredibly horrific burns you've suffered. Next to you, the goblin laughs. Holy shit. I thought you were a goner. Not? Yeah. Good spirit. Whew. You turn around and look at it. The massive gelatinous cube just stays. Entirely still. It does not move, nor react to your presence. It's a weird one. I've seen a few cubes, but never one that just sits there. Really ominous, honestly. Tell me what you know about these things, Snell. For one, they're never this passive. They also shouldn't be this big, I don't think. I've heard of them splitting and merging at times, but not to this size. Beyond that, I just know that they're attracted to... He stops and thinks for a bit. What was it? Blood of man? Powerful women? Soulless freestriders? Hot local goblins in your area? Foreigners? It's not clerics, is it? I swear on the gods if it's clerics. Foreigners? Stop! The man? No. Powerful women. Who isn't? Nope. Soulless freestriders. He lets out a quick laugh. That's mean. Don't distract me. Hot local goblins? Who isn't? But no. If it's not clerics, I swear on the gods if it's clerics. He snaps his fingers. They're attracted to heat. A well-written book, but you do not believe cubes have the ability to read. You've read that? You He gives you a deep and all-consuming glare. I'm not talking about the romance novel, obviously. Heat. Warmth. The goblin points to the glowing torch inside the cube. Bet that has something to do with it. Duh. Right, so we're still alive. Just about. So, let's behold. There's a gelatinous cube here. Can't reach that from here. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Rune Fakla. Okay. You look over to a glowing torch deep inside the gelatinous cube. You get that torch, Snell? No? Could you? Possibly? Let me rephrase. Could you do it without having your skin be dissolved by the gelatinous cube? Skin is overrated. I guess we'll have to find out. The goblin lets out a deep sigh and looks across the surface of the jelly monster. Cube's weird. They're usually way more aggressive. The fact that we can stand here no problem means something's way off. And I bet it's that torch. Can you use your magic to grab it? There are a handful of spells that could work here. A protective shield if you wish to fight through the acid. Or mage hand, a possibility. If I could find mage hand, then maybe that'd work if the gel would let it go through. Well, you'd have to find it then. I thought you clerics knew basic cantrips like that. I mean, we've even got some goblins who know it. It's not rare. The goblin cannot be allowed to denigrate you like this. It's beneath the cleric of Norvik. Trembling. Anger. So I am admitting to you that I, in fact, do not know this basic cantrip, but I also make it clear that I want to find it. I also want to find it so we can proceed here. Yeah, you stand there complaining about it. I know. I should have it. I don't. The goblin is taken aback. Damn. I'm sorry, cleric. No worries. I just get a little emotionally upset. In a manly way. Right, good. I do prefer manly expressions of emotion instead of manly expressions of violence. Same. He lifts his chin. Anyway, he rubs his temples. For now, let's not do anything rash. See, it's the problem with the fact that I only have Dancing Light is... I mean, I do have Shield of Faith, but that's not really shield, is it? I also have no spells. We've got this right. This is the only way to go. Unless I decided to come back and, you know, try again. Save. Attempt to rest. And hope we get a first level spell slot back. Damn it, wrong second. Let me try something here then. Nope, too far away. Engage. Push through the gel to reach the torch. You grit your teeth. You rush head on into the wall of gel. It is letting you through, with zero resistance. Anyone would be forgiven for just walking into this without noticing. go quick. If you're going to do something dumb like this, you better move. You push yourself forward, and just seconds after being completely consumed, you feel the gel start to tighten. Just a bit further. Almost. Come on. You're almost at the torch. You see it before you. The translucent gel holding you back. Your hand just inches away from the torch. Skin melting. The pain is too great. Your body falters. Oh, there's that prayer healing. Constitution. It's a 10. It's a success. The pain is nothing. You can do this. One step. With the torch in your hand, you feel the esoteric tingle. Turn off the torch. The click reverberates through the cube. Then it shudders. Oh. Oh gods, it's getting mad. You see the gelatinous cube shake more violently for every passing second. It is searching for heat. Oh, meanwhile, I'm just watching the football and hey, I don't know when that goal happened, but it happened. Within the cube, you could see what can only be described as cracks. It appears to be falling asunder. Flopping and jerking, the many pieces of the cube are flung across the chamber. Ah, this explains it. This is not a cube. Smaller pieces smashed against the wall of the chamber, causing a terrible tremor. A ballet of goop. Until, ultimately, each and every piece has escaped into the ventilation shafts. Slits. You are covered in it. It burns. Get it off, quick! The goblin carefully steps up to you, looking around. Didn't expect that. Seriously, great job. You see the last pieces of goop slip down into the cracks near the walls. What actually happened here? Gelatinous cubes are able to unite for a short duration. However, if more than two were to pack together, the combination would become unstable within seconds. What happened here was obvious. A multitude of cubes all came together to enjoy the endless heat coming from the run torch. The heat, or perhaps due to some cosmological chance, the unity of cubes found an equilibrium, which was then disturbed once you turned off the heat source. The cube sure drops a lot of stuff around the place. Let's see if there's anything interesting. Related to the tea shop, that is. The goblin wants some loot. Who can blame him? There are pouches spread around the chamber, perhaps magic items left by previous victims. Cool, loot! So what have we got in here? There's something in this pot. A docile stress cube and 31 crowns. Is that it for the loot? It looks like it is. However, continue through the city below. So, let's keep going. Ah! Sweet. That's a shortcut. Back to wherever. So what other weird traps are in here then? 45 minutes before we need to head back to the surface, really. Oh. An esoteric shard in the dark. I will take that. Shard of yore. A book. Investigate. Okay. At the end of this hallway, in an alcove like any other, you see a book. It sits on a thin ledge. It does not have anything on the cover. No one would leave a book like this, not without it being stolen very quickly. That's true. Anyone with half a brain would take a weird old book like this and sell it to some collector given the chance. Open the book. You flip open to a page. Any page. You flip through multiple. They're all empty. You know what you're doing, cleric? Nope. You keep flipping until you see text on a page. It says, in clean and steady handwriting, "What tome do you desire?" Huh. Yeah, this is cursed. You take out a quill. You remember a number of ancient tomes, books, letters, and various pieces of literature you could ask for. You scramble to remember the names of the various books, letters, and various pieces of literature you've seen through your education. Let's try writing Norvikian chants by Patriarch Pili. Your letters immediately fade from the page, but it's replaced by another message that seemingly forms out of the same ink you used to write. Patriarch Pili. His books are found everywhere. But the closest copy? It's in the local lich house. Then the text quickly disappears. That's amazing. If it can locate any book, then it's like very, very useful. A glorious esoteric artifact. Make use of it. What's the book that was required to... Isn't there a book that was required to learn dragon folk or whatever? A copy in the tower. Boring book, though. Alright, these just basically tell us where all the books are, aren't they? So... It's a surprisingly common book in these parts. It's in that foul office on Water Lane. Yeah, so this tells us where all the books are. Okay, we'll just take the book. As you pick up the tome, you get an overwhelming tingling sensation running down your arm. Impending doom. Holy shit. No, don't! Drop it. You okay, cleric? Are you shaking? Alright. Well, we won't then. Right, where else can we go? There's like a skeleton up there. Whoop. Paw prints. Okay. There are two faint paw prints here. One on each side of the hallway. I think traps like these are the least favourite part of my job. Well, part of the job. Hey, Snell, your thoughts on these paw prints? I feel like it would be very silly behaviour to go around touching paw prints in the city below. But honestly, considering the strange traps I've heard of, it wouldn't surprise me if this was some bullshit puzzle. Puzzle? I love those. Could be something like... we have to press both of them at the same time and that somehow deactivates the trap for a while. Did we gain anything by getting past here? Oh, this is outside HWBT jurisdiction. Considering the esoteric bullshit going on down here, it's impossible to tell exactly what's behind there. But if you're looking to search deeper, this could be the way, unfortunately. Try. Suppose. What's the worst that could happen, apart from being polymorphed into a rust monster or something? That won't happen, will it? No, no, of course not, cleric. Intense sarcasm. Get into position and look over to your companion at the left paw. He reaches up to it after a moment of hesitation. Oh, yeah, this is magical. But nothing more than that. He says and puts his whole weight on it. Try pressing yours. Just two fellas pressing the wall. Plunk. The goblin jumps back. A deep groan from the walls. That? Did it do something? The fuck is that ticking noise? Esoterical vibes. Pressure change? Something's happening. As you peer into the hallway, you see something appear on the wall. Is that writing? At the entrance, a whirling mess of faint light forms a stable shape. Entrad en pari probos. That is cat speech. You cannot read it. Ah, this construction must be remnants of the White Mane tribe. This would be dangerous. What a sexy tongue. Sex. Dwarven for the number 6. It never stops being funny. Why is there cat speech on the wall? Yeah, good question, but I can read this? Kind of. I will let him focus on it then. He stares at the text and mumbles to himself. It says, enter as a pair and be probed. Not probed, proved. Like the dwarvish, prov. It's a trial. Not probed, proved. Yes, that's it. It's a test. Enter the hallway in pair and be tested. I'm ready. What? Are you? Goblin takes a deep breath through clenched fangs. Yeah, okay. On 3, 2, 1. 2, you step forward. In hesitant unison. Rambling. Text is changing. Stop. You both stop halfway looking at the magical lettering on the wall. Al son divino, la puerta se abrirá. Oh gods, your companion mutters. Something divine, something port? Open a gate? You can read it, right? It's not like I took formal lessons, I just picked up a few words here and there. A clicking sound starts to echo out into the hallway. Tick, 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 tick. Gods be damned. Okay, hold on. I got this. Tick. All Son Divino, that's a divine song? Tick. Puerta is door. Tick. Listen to the divine song and the door will open. Your doom is near. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Very cool. He glances around the hallway erratically. The ticking is kind of a song? A rhythm, at least. That ticking. Tick, tick. Oh, it's kind of catchy. We're clearly supposed to move forward in rhythm with the song. But that sounded awfully like strength. Let me change that. You're clearly supposed to move forward in rhythm with the song. But without knowing it innately, it would be incredibly difficult to follow it. Would it, eh? Right. Well, Dex is the easiest check. So ignore the ticking and try and outrun the trap. +6 and it's a DC 13. Oh, you mother... You give the goblin a quick glance and a panicked stare. He returns it, yelling, "Go!" Tick. Run. You bolt off the goblin beside you, fire erupting behind you. It feels like an instant and forever at once. A pressure wave of heat hits you in the side as you pass one of the volcanic holes, and you completely lose your footing. You see the goblin overtake you as you tumble, and the fire envelops you. Well, oh, go on, push through the flames. Come on, it's a DC 13, DC 12. Damn it. No, the pain is too great. This will be your grave. Your ashen too. Ow. Ow. Ouch. It's a good thing we saved at the beginning of that, though. Oh dear. Right, let's try it again. We can easily do that check. I just got done over by it is all. Right, so let's do that. Continue through that. You know what? Just press the right pub. Oh, Snell. Yeah, paw prints. Puzzle. Love those. It's worth a try. That won't happen. Get into position. Yeah. It's the other one. Yeah. Yeah. We know that bit. We've learned about sexy. Let him focus. Then we do the tick. Get into position. Start walking. Go forwards. It's a let's try it. Let's go. Okay, let's try again. I mean, all I need is a 6 or higher. Better, 25. You give the goblin a quick glance and a nod. He returns it with a stern expression. Tick. Run. You bolt off the goblin beside you, fire erupting behind you. It feels like an instant and forever at once. A pressure wave of heat hits you in the side as you pass one of the volcanic holes, but you escape the worst of the blast, as does Snell. He even overtakes you, reaching the end of the hallway first. The goblin tumbles onto the floor, tapping his jacket to put out the scorched ends. As you reach the end alongside him, a final wave of fire hits you. You burst out the inferno, out into safety. However, you are burning. Fall to the floor and run around. Both of you violently smack and roll around the ground until the fires are no more. Snell quickly gets up, looking around for more threats. Oh shit. He takes a deep breath. We're out? Oh, gods be good, we're out. God's favour us, Snell. Cleric, look. He mutters and points to the wall once more. Another line of shifting text, magical text appears. Passad libres por mandato celestial. It says we can pass liberally by celestial mandate? Hells yeah, we can. So we got liberally? That sounds like freestyler strider bullshit. Feel terrible. Liberally? That sounds like Asgalist bullshit. Feel awful. Liberally? That sounds like something I'd support. Feel like shit. Free strider bullshit. First of all, every liberty doesn't automatically conflate with free striders. Secondly, I got it wrong. It's pass freely, I think. So I guess we can come and go as we please now. Hey, are you okay? Yes? Your companion lets out a small laugh, the type of laugh you only get after winning against impossible odds. I'll be honest, he mutters, slumping down to the ground a bit further down the hallway. That was worse than a mass torsion. Mass torsion, 4th level transmutation spell, infamous as one of the most horrific forms of magic employed during the Coast War. It causes torsion in every testicle within range of 100 feet. It is outlawed by way of the Holsworth Ting of 501 AE. Okay. Mass torsion, an infamous spell that causes all testicles around to twist, turn, and clench. It's horrific. Wow. Okay. Take a few more steps from the hallway of doom. The goblin's gaze flits around, dancing from tile to tile. Oh yeah, he wants to sit down. Finally, Snell seems to find himself more at ease. He lets out an exasperated sigh. I need a goddamn briefer. Same. With a groan, the goblin notices the soot on his jacket. He brushes it off. This isn't exactly my first trap, but we usually hire third parties to disable them. You ever hire any clerics? Nah, not during my time. He chuckles. You guys aren't exactly available for underground chicanery these days. Rooting around in his pouch, Snell finds a tiny green sphere. He smacks it up against the ground, and it begins to flutter up into the air. Some type of primal essence? What kind of glow globe is that? Ah, the Nesson kind. Sadly, it's my last one. Then the goblin leans back against the dungeon wall, making sure to check for any trap mechanism beforehand. Look, I work mainly in Upper and Lower Tolstad. The city below is not my responsibility. Usually. So, apologies if I don't have these magically shifting tunnels memorised like some veteran adventure. And I apologise for not manifesting a divine intervention. Yeah, you should work on that. You've heard that the city below changes from time to time, but most people believe it to be a myth. The old guard used to deal with the tunnels all the time, but since Earth's death, that work has been entirely relegated to the 3 goblin tribes. Said we clerics don't get to delve these days. Don't want to leave all the fun to you goblins. Not sure I'd describe this hellhole as fun, but just for future reference, this place. It's real close to the garden, right? Sure. Wasn't here a couple of months ago. Between the garden and the water lane sewers, I'm 100% sure there was a slanted hallway full of frozen spikes. We boarded them up as well as we could at the time. Boarding up. That only lasted a couple of hours. Boo. It moved around. Yeah, it moved around. All of this shit does. The esoteric nature of the city below is well documented. It has mainly to do with sentience, if you believe the few scholars who have been allowed to investigate it. The more living minds present, the less chaotic a section will be. But this, what the goblin describes, that is enough to activity to warrant a proper look. It's insane. I figured all the shifting calmed down after the conquest. They didn't. Or, I mean, from what I understand, your dead god and his paladins used to keep things clean. But nowadays, it's getting weirder by the day. But hey, now you're here, so you can take on this esoteric bullshit, right? Do well. And I'll buy you a beer. Deal? I don't drink, Snell. Oh shit, I keep forgetting you're like an actual cleric. No alcohol at all, yeah? So my options are, of course not, intoxicants are the work of evil and chaos. As clerics, we must abstain to maintain our fight against... No, I don't like the taste. Oh. So you tried it at least. You were 14 years old. They had lax security at the dance clubs in those days. A shameful past. Those were the days. Did he say? It wasn't my thing. Yeah, it's not for everyone. But trust me, the city below is very esoteric. It's also really fucked up, which explains why your beloved city would give up the property rights to a bunch of goblins, huh? He laughs. In these last couple of years, there's been more and more Reedian scholars going delving to study it. The old lady doesn't let them in on her turf, of course. Chasing them away is one of my many jobs. Politely, of course. I'm not some syndicate gangster. He instinctively throws out that gangster comment. Bit of a sensitive topic. But the other tribes are more accepting. For it's on a coin, of course. I'm just going to try and skip the conversation on a bit. You know? It's good to see this. See what? Good to see a goblin adjusting to Norvikian life. Your companion instinctively scoffs as your words echo down the hallway, followed by a judgmental frown. Didn't have much of a choice, did I? Soft spot. You ever meet him? Think for a second and speak. Who? Earth. The goblin asking about your god? He must be growing interested in religion, having witnessed your example. Oh, how interesting to see him broach such a topic. He will surely focus on the genocide. Just casually asking if you've met a god. No, Snell. Earth faded before I was born. Snell nods. First generation post-Earth, eh? That's for the best. Never meet your heroes, right? I imagine those hedonists chanting Tokig's name wouldn't be too cheerful if he returned either. Hedonists, an infamous group of activists and anarchists spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They stand for something, probably. Mostly they're known for inciting riots and playing with demonic forces. An anarchist movement spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They dealt with abyssal forces and somehow published The Hedonists, an instructional booklet that made its way across the coast. Or every other zealot raging across the coast for dead gods. The goblin spits out and leans back against the wall. I've always hated Earth. Excuse me? He scratches his nose. I grew up being told to be grateful. But let me ask you this, cleric. If you were the last of your kind, one of maybe 8,000 or 9,000 humans left in the world, and you were just told to be grateful to be alive, just because the same monster that destroyed your entire culture also decided to let you live, for some reason, would you be grateful? Is this about the conquest? Earth did kill many goblins then. Talking about the conquest. He lets out a mocking laugh. Yeah, I am. You know, the goblin genocide, like those scholars tend to call it. Grateful. The goblin stares at him. You can be grateful. If you were allowed to live, it was probably because you didn't do something because you did something the dead ones didn't. The goblin wants you to tell him you'd share his anger, obviously. If your people fell, then they did not have the power to live. It's as simple as that. But that should not lead to gratefulness. It should lead to apprehension. Oh. Don't know what I would feel. It would be the death of the soul. A collective soul of sorts. Snell clicks his tongue and gets up. Every goblin asks themselves a question. To be a Cran or not to be a Cran? Cran, the goblin traitor. The one who signed the Goblin Treaty, giving away everything to Earth after the Goblin Genocide. Sometimes, goblins invoke his name to call another goblin a human lover. We all got different answers. What to do when the past is erased. He groans and shakes his legs a bit. Some focus on building something, culturally or politically. Some try to get rich in this new free strider world. Some of us, we... His voice trails off as he stares back into the fiery hallway. Hey, Earth. Goblin nods. A little bit of hate, yeah. Afterwards, I only do one thing, cleric. I serve Lady Sageleaf. Snell turns back to you, his expression calm, collected. That's enough for me. Look, this guy's got enough trouble to deal with. Don't make this all existential. Like he's telling you, this isn't personal. This is business, and he's got a job to do, just like you. And don't worry about this goblin on human hate you're reading between the lines here. All of that will be gone once Norvik evolves into the modern city-state. Then Snell and every other sentient worker and entrepreneur can come flooding into this stagnant city. Then no one will give a shit if he's a Cran or not. He'll just be another actor in the system, just like it's meant to be, baby. This goblin is one of the good ones, true. Orderly, strictly trained, conscientious. His queen, his dragon, whipped the halfways into shape over such a short span of time. He does not need to think so much of his position. His culture was eradicated because of a utilitarian choice. Jesus. Utilitarian choice by an oppressive numinist. Yes, that was then, now is now. As long as he keeps this up, he will, along with his peers, have created a new type of goblin 1,000 times more useful. Once you take power, these goblins will be fine servants. That could have gone worse. But yeah, probably smart not to talk genocide with a guy whose entire culture was erased, like, what, 50 years ago? Wait, oh shit, it's literally the 50th anniversary this year. That's crazy. Anyway, don't mention that or any of this again. He'll probably be happiest if you just listen and take it like a good little Asga list or something. What did he say beforehand? That's enough for me. It's not. Your companion looks at you for a while. His yellow eyes seem to behold you, seeking another answer. This one's on me. What? This, short rest. It's on me. Lovely. The sprite light fizzles out just in time. I'm good to go now. Alright. You know what? I think that we're still in this city below. It's mad, but it's also midnight, so we've got a shortcut, so we can go back and probably speak to the magistrate, because we were told to come back by an angel at midnight. So we could look at that. So yeah. And then the next day we can then look through the rest of it and see where we go there. So until then, we're going to not that one. We're going to save. And that ends the Not Yet Titled Wednesday stream. This will be back on Monday. And it'll be Teamfight Thursdays, well, tomorrow. So, I'm going to bed. Nighty night.